Alright, y'all want to start coming this way? Now, this park opened up in 1932. We were the first commercial cave available to the public in Texas. Now, this is the lowest point in Kendall County, so when it rains, all that water's coming straight to us. The good and bad thing. The good thing is that's what helped form our cavern. The bad thing is it's done a lot of damage to our property here. You can see the buildings we were waiting at and that frame we just walked by. Those used to be totally usable buildings. Flood of 2002 took care of those. Now back in the 30s and 40s, this is where you would have come and gotten your ticket booth. This ticket booth is made completely out of limestone. Limestone's the primary bedrock here in the hill country. 1 square foot of this can absorb 6 pounds of water. So it's like a big sponge. That's why this building's still doing so good. You can see the parts made out of wood don't look so hot anymore, but everything that's stone is still very solid. As you come by, you can take a look inside. You'll see the old cash register, a couple other things from the 30s and 40s.
La ranía. Mira, una National.
Oh, yeah.
Ahí te entra la
La
registrada National, ¿te acuerdas?
Sí.
Como la que está en Hico, Texas.
¿Un cocodrilo?
Ay, no mames. Y que lo viéramos allá en Luisiana. ¿Sí salieron los cocodrilos en el video?
Creo que no.
So folks, this is what we call the peep in the deep. This is a 65-foot hole that goes straight down towards the entrance of our caverns. This used to be the only way in and out. So if you came here on a tour in the 30s or the 40s, they'd put you in a bucket. That bucket was tied to the back of the owner's pickup truck. He'd back the truck up, you'd go down the hole. That was before OSHA existed. You could do stuff like that. Now in the 50s, they decided to build this staircase, so we're going to use that today. It's a lot less scary, so we'll keep going. As you come up over this hill, you'll see one of the buckets they used to use.
¿Por ahí te bajaban? No, te amarraban en una cubeta. Ah, mira. Águila con los escalones.
Now, as I said, flooding has caused some damage to our property here. Some of our stairs aren't as level as they used to be. I'm going to point out the really bad ones, but just take your time going down today. I'm in no hurry to be anywhere, so hopefully y'all aren't either. These stairs are the worst ones. They're like tilted forward, so pay attention to where you put your feet. Maybe hold on to the ledge here.
Tu hermano. Pues por si te caes. Por si te caes, ¿a dónde pisar?
¿Por si me caigo qué? ¿Sabes? Sí, yo creo que las damas primero. Mira qué caballeros. Vamos a quitar esto.
La máscara.
So from where I'm standing, we're going to come down these stairs, take a long right, and we'll end up by the door of the cavern. This is going to be the slipperiest surface we have to walk on today, so definitely take your time, hold on to the handrail, as well as when we're down in this area here, there's probably going to be a couple little bats holding on to the ceiling. We just want to be sure not to bump them with our heads. Definitely do not reach up and touch them. It makes them really grumpy. We don't want to do that. Like I said, you can shine your flashlight right next to them to get a look at them, but try not to point it directly at them. And then for some of you taller folks, do watch your head right here.
¿Todo? ¿Eh? Ya grabé todo. Oh, está resbaloso. Sí.
अंदर आया से तो व्यू ही ना है ना खरी खरी
पड़ा खबर नहीं
Esta es la cueva. Empezamos.
If you haven't got dripped on yet, you probably will at some point when we're down here. Part of this cave being active means there's water seeping through the ceiling all the time. That water's been filtering down through all the different layers of soil and sediment and bedrock to get to this point. Because of that, if this cave was left to its own devices, this room would be filled with water pretty much all the time. So we have water pumps we've installed in here. The only reason I'm telling you this is because they randomly turn on. It can be a little unsettling to hear a loud noise followed by a bunch of rushing water while you're underground. But it's a good sound. It means our feet are staying dry today. If I'm not freaking out, you guys don't need to freak out. This pump did fail about 4 weeks ago. The water was taller than the pillar in here, but that took 2 whole days of water kind of slowly filling back up in here. We'll keep, I'm sorry? A little bit of, just after a bunch
¿Sabías
of
que
rain,
acabo de
so
ver
there's a
una
lot of
película
water in the soil coming through.
de una cueva
If
que se
this pump
derrumbó?
failed and it started raining,
La de
like
Ice,
it's
la de los
starting
camiones.
this entire
Ice Road Tractors, ¿cómo se llama?
right now,
Ice Road.
we'd still be totally fine to get out of here. It would take,
¿Eh?
like, after 12 hours, it might be ankle deep in here. So, yeah, we'd be okay. As we head this way, you guys can take a look over at this pond. You'll see the water dripping from the ceiling into it. Now technically this water is drinkable, but because of flooding, when we get floods, a bunch of weird stuff gets pulled down in here. A lot of our neighbors are cattle ranchers, so I'm sure you can put two and two together. I wouldn't drink it.
Guacha. Sí. Chingado, no me traje mi selfie stick.
So you guys might notice this big crack starting to form above our heads. This is the Balcones fault line. This fault line runs from Del Rio all the way up just past Dallas. It's responsible for a lot of the caves on the I-35 corridor. So the fault line opened up the earth a little bit, and then water started coming down in here and opened up all these rooms for us. Another interesting thing in this room is on y'all's right-hand side, the whole wall y'all are standing next to. All the white in the wall is fossilized ocean life. This is part of an old coral reef. A very long time ago, Texas was under a shallow sea. So you might see some shell fossils, starfish. As we continue onward, the path is going to start sloping downward slightly. Just take little steps, take your time. We're in no hurry.
Esto un crack. Es una fault desde el río a Dallas corre.
Oh, this is the fault.
Mira, todavía está bien chingona.
It looks like a cool roof. Kind of.
¿Eh?
Yes.
Sí. Yo también ya me quiero salir. Yo también ya me quiero salir. Ah, mira, es que estaba debajo de del mar aquí. Coral Reefs.
Dice que hay...
Está en el reef, mira. Te dan estos foquitos de mano para que... Oh, mira cómo está blanco. Para que alumbres. Porque esta falla corre del río a Dallas, dijo, todo esto. Bueno, está bien resbaloso aquí, Dani. ¿Eh? Está bien resbaloso.
I don't think so. We haven't tried, but so you guys might notice there's a bunch of water coming out of the wall here. There's a reservoir about 5 feet through this wall. As the water's coming out, it's bringing a mineral with it called calcite. That's what all this white is here. Calcite is kind of like the glue for sedimentary rocks, so when it doesn't have rocks to glue together, it just starts making these formations. As the calcite gets older, it'll start to dry out, and then you get this really bright, sparkly calcite. So all throughout the cave, if you're kind of shining your flashlight around, and you get a sparkle back at you, that's calcite. Now this used to be as far as the tour would go. Everything past this point was a river of water. In the 60s, we had a gentleman named Frank Nicholson come out here. He's the guy who mapped out Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico. So when he got to this point, he took his flashlight, put it into a mason jar, and then just swam out into the dark abyss, hoping he'd find more cave. He did. He made it back. He was fine. And then we started making all the modifications so we could walk back in there. That water he was swimming in was probably about 50 degrees, so super cold, the darkest dark you've ever seen in your entire life. I'm glad he did it, because I probably wouldn't have done that myself. As we head down these stairs here, do watch your head.
Then do
No está saliendo el agua. De ahí, mira. Está saliendo el agua, mira. ¿Eh? ¿Eh? Sí. Dale, ponte. Coge, ve. Sí. A ver, ponte. Muy bien. A ver, toma una. Ándale, porque los van a dejar.
That's the waterfall that just turned down. I'm going to warn you about it. You're not very good at things, so you know. Now the handrails on the right, there's some pavers to walk on to help keep your feet dry. You might get a drip on the back of your neck going through here. Don't let it spook you, or you might bump your head. Just take your time going through here. I'll see you guys on the other side.
La pinche cuevilla. Está bien scary. Mira cómo van todos agachados. Aquí hay una parte donde te tienes que agachar. Do not stand yet, no, pues te das en la madre, que mira. Está chaparro este pedo. Y eso que estoy enano. ¿Eh?
Everybody make it? As you guys come by this rock here, the one that has the darker coloration on the lower half, and the upper half is a lot lighter, this is the only thing in the cave we let people touch. So this is what happens. This is limestone, we touch it, our oils get left behind, the limestone absorbs it in there. Oil and water don't mix very well, so now the calcite can't help this grow anymore. Y'all are more than welcome to touch this though. There's a little cave water if you want to check that out. But here's your opportunity to get it out of your system.
¿Qué pasó? Tráiganse zapatitos que los puedan mojar porque aquí está bien húmedo y hay mucha agua. Ah, esta es la única parte que puedes tocar la cueva. ¿O no la puedes tocar? Ah, no sé, pero es que dijo que sí. Ah, no la puedes tocar. No, pues ya valió madre, pues yo la agarré. Pues yo miré que todos la agarraron. Bueno, pues no todos, pero... Saber-Toothed rock. Oh, sí, tengo. Viejo. Te se pega la cabeza. Pues, no. Es la grieta que corre. La grieta que corre desde el río Texas a Dallas. Hola madre, todos ya bien lejos.
Alright, folks. So we call this the imagination room because there's a bunch of different features in here and they kind of look different than everybody else. The main one is up on the wall here, these darker formations that run along this whole space. These are called drape or curtain formations. So I had people tell me they look like jellyfish. I had people tell me they look like Davy Jones' beard from Pirates of the Caribbean. The original people that came through here thought they looked like drying tobacco leaves. I have no idea what that looks like, but apparently that. Yeah. My favorite thing in this room though is if you look up at the crack where this light brown coloration is, that's a tree that came down here in a flood probably about 25,000 years ago. It's completely petrified now, so it's solid rock. You can see on the edges where it's fused into the wall on both sides. Then if you look past that, you'll notice the fault line's gotten a lot deeper from the first time we looked at it. As we come around the corner here, there's going to be a handrail. On the left-hand side of the handrail is a ramp. On the right-hand side is stairs. Y'all are more than welcome to take either one. If you take the ramp side, definitely use the handrail.
Ahí está un árbol que... ¿Eh? ¿Cómo? Que... Ah, la madre, mi pinche foco. Ese es un árbol que se cayó hace, ¿qué? 25 millones de años, no sé qué chaval.
25.000.
Ah, bueno, se hizo piedra. Que se está haciendo más honda la falla. ¿Cómo se llamaba la cueva de Aladín? ¿La cueva de Aladín, cómo se llamaba?
¿La cueva del río?
No, de Aladín. La cueva de los milagros, ¿cómo se llama? Oh, está bien grande acá, mira. Ah, bueno, te hace resbalar. Esta es mi luz. On, no, ¿cómo? Off.
So as you guys come into this room, if you look up at the ceiling, you'll notice these big domes up here. These are called solution domes. The way they're formed is when a really big flood comes in, this entire room will fill with water. Creates a lot of pressure in that water, and because of that, we start to get whirlpools. As the whirlpools raise up to the surface, they start to wear away at the rock. Now, the first solution dome we saw today was actually the Peep in the Deep, that big hole by the front door. So after thousands and thousands of years of flooding and pressure and whirlpools forming, that one eventually broke through to the surface. Now, the last time this room was filled all the way was in 2002. And if you look up at the ceiling where those dark patches are, that's mud from the 2002 flood. Now, as we come down into the last room here, everyone please take the same path as me, which is going to the left. We're not going to go to the right. We're all going to go to the left.
¿Dónde lo quieres? Muy bien. Dice que le des tú por la derecha. Y yo para la izquierda y allá los tenemos que topar.
Ah, bueno, yo soy algo que todas.
Mira cómo se hicieron. Bien, bien redondos, mira. Y eran por remolinos. Wow. Puros remolinos hicieron esos hoyos.
So like I said, this is the last room we're coming into today. We call this the cathedral room. You can hear all the echo and reverb in here. Now we're currently 132 feet underground. 132 feet above us is all those campers and RVs held past when we came in today. We're right underneath the park. All the water we pump in this cave ends up in this pond back here. You can see the drain at the far side. So the water goes down that drain into a lower cave system. That system runs for about 2 miles and then butts up against the Trinity Aquifer. You guys are more than welcome to walk around down here, take either path, take photos. If you have any questions, please do ask. But we'll hang out down here for just a little while.
¿Cómo ven, amigos? Muy interesante este jale. Yes. Oye, pues, ¿qué onda? ¿Vamos a toparnos allá o qué? ¿Eh? ¿A poco me pensaste que era un murciélago?
Ay, sí.
Y le hice como un murciélago, ¿no?
Pues no sé si le hiciste o no, pero se sintió. Ahí hay un cocodrilo. Ahí hay un cocodrilo de petrificado. No es cierto.
Muy chistosa. Vámonos. Está bien padre, ¿no? Es que sí, recomiendo que se traigan algo cómodo y unos zapatos más como para los tenis. Porque hay partes que está como resbaloso o te vas a ensoquetar. Solo traigan tenis con blanco porque se van a ensuciar.
Esto está.
No, hombre, pues tiene soquete, no es que la raza les talla, ¿me entiendes? Tienen un sistema como de luz para que mires bien, como quiera está bien. Me interesan mucho esos. Depende del foquito. Te prestan un poquito así, mira. Esos, como esos agujeritos, ¿ves? Está interesante, está bien perfecto. Aquí hay bastantes.
¿Estos ojitos qué son?
Cuando se llena la cueva, pues esto pasó por obviamente muchos años, ¿va? Se hacían como remolinos, mira así. Remolino, debajo del agua, debajo de la tierra, así el agua. Y se empezó a hacer eso. Es lo que dijo. Dura como 1 hora. Ida y venida, ¿verdad?
Aquí me van a dejar 45 minutos.
No manches. ¿Y cuánto me costó?
La verdad, no sé.
Yo nomás pagué ni cuenta, es como $20 cada uno, algo así, ¿no? Checa el banco ahí, ¿cuánto me cobraron? Así para que sepan. No van a ser los millones ahí. A ver. Valiendo madre. ¿No tenemos señal o qué?
Pero ahorita se ven los vecinos.
Se me costó $40 por los dos.
Well, we can start making our way back then. I'm going to show you guys a couple more features. We'll look for some salamanders. But yeah, if y'all think of any questions, please don't hesitate to ask.
Vámonos ahora enfrente. Para que salga este jarro. ¿Ya lo venimos atrás o lo venimos enfrente? Nos lo venimos en friegas para atrás. Qué bien, porque no crean, no me gusta mucho andar debajo de la tierra. Menos que vi la pinche película hace 2 días, ¿no? Se quedaban dentro de la cueva. A ver, hay que encontrar.
We can just come up in here and wait. I'm just going to make sure we get everybody out of there before I turn the lights off.
Van a apagar las luces. Ya vale madre. Van a buscar salamandras. Van a buscar como lagartijos, ¿no? No, dijo que iba a apagar las luces.
So I want to show you guys something really quick in here. There's a feature called cave fried eggs. And most things that qualify as cave fried eggs don't look like fried eggs at all. But if you come through and look at this rock over here, it looks literally like someone just cracked 2 eggs and fried them up sunny side up. If you don't want to cut through, you're more than welcome to walk right there.
¿Qué vieron? ¿Qué hay en el huevo?
So it's just calcite deposits dripping from the ceiling. Technically, that's the beginning to a stalagmite.
Mira, ahí ese. No, sí, esa. Parece como que tiraron unos huevillos ahí. Unos blanquitos. Ahí, mira. Ahí, mira. Eso, ¿sí lo ves?
No.
Eso, mira. Eso,
Eso
sí.
está hablando.
Sí,
Eso.
sí, porque parecen unos blanquillos.
So to start back, we're going to get back into the lower hanging rock features, so do watch your head.
Uno que tiene ojo bueno. No. Yo pensé que iba a sacar como los animalitos. Dijo Salamanders.
Dijo, ajá, no pensé. Tiene que aparecer.
¿Cómo se forma todo esto cuando el agua empieza a gotear? Por miles y miles de años. Hay unas partes medio oscuras. Dijo que duraba como más o menos como 1 hora, ¿no?
Sí, yo creo que no.
As we come around the corner here, we're going to get back to the crouching section. This time the handrail will be on our left. The handrail is going to end and there's still about 5 to 6 feet of low-hanging rock. There are two signs. One says don't stand up right now, and then one will say now you can stand up. I'll also be right there, but just keep that in mind. We're also going to go by that water pump again. Just turned
Está como
on,
verde.
so now we don't have to worry about that. But just take your time.
Bueno, que se todavía no se coge bien.
Quita la luz, por un lado. Ah, sí. Ah, cabrón, me caí una gota en el dedo pescuezo. Es el mismo, ¿no? Ah, sí, es otro, mira. ¿Por qué ese no me platicó? Digo que las cosas finas vienen en cosas pequeñas. Ay, güey, ahorita gotea el agua y está bien helada. Dice que estamos en tiempo de calor. Estamos en... pues ahora es el 4 de julio, ¿no? A tronar cohetes. Ay, cabrón, me cayó otra. Se ve bien jota, ¿no? Ay. Su pinche madre. Aquí es donde te tienes que ser chiquito. Mache como la rata, ahora. Mira. All right. Oh wait, that's how high and that's a tall.
All right. So we can start looking for salamanders in these pools here. It's really easy to get distracted looking in the water and then accidentally bumping your head against a rock. So try not to do that. Now a full-grown salamander is only about 3 to 3.5 inches long. There's one right there.
Ahí encontraban uno, ahí encontraron mi madre.
These guys
¿Están
live in the
adentro?
water their whole lives. They'll never leave. He eats something called cage shrimp. It's a little translucent bug that lives underneath the dirt, so they'll dig them out. I think that's actually
Encontraron uno allá. Dijo que sí, pero yo no. Oh, ¿qué fue eso? ¿Qué encontraron? Ahí está. Ah, sí. No, hombre, pinche miseria, mira. Ese es azul, mira. Mira, ese cosita azulito, mira, esa. Esa cosita. Qué feo vivir así, ¿no? Ay, tengo la espalda toda mojada. La pieza está como nomás ahí como... Está como flotando. ¿Mírale? Que está como flotando, mira. Oh, mira que esta está otra delgadita. Esta panzona para acá.
Como otra.
Ah, sí.
Little one right there, and then there's the bigger ones getting away now. They get mad about the light sometimes. And then there's a couple adolescents out in the deeper water. There's a little guy.
Ahí está, más. Hay más. Pues ahí hay. Salamandras.
Adolescents. There's
Ahí está uno, ahí mira, azulito. Ese.
a bigger one right here, but he's been running away from my life.
¿Dónde? Sí. Andan varios. Mira, mi carro.
Yeah, this one's kind of hard to see because he's been running away, but there's a bigger one.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice big one out
Yeah,
there.
that's about as big as they get.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't seen that big of one in a while, so it's cool we got it today.
We got to see it today. Excellent. All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
We're almost out of the cave.
Say again?
Are we like in the almost out of the cave or what?
Yeah, we're almost back up to the front room.
Is this the molar?
Yeah, it is. That's exactly what it is.
This place, they call it the molar.
It used to be higher up in the cave, and then it fell and got stuck right there.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
And then it fused with the time, I guess, right?
Exactly.
Right there. Awesome. La muela.
When a lot of rain happens, this is a waterfall right here.
This was a
The
water.
water comes down from the ceiling and then comes right off at this point here. It's pretty crazy to see. Usually the cave's closed though because there's lots of water down here.
Nice. See? Some of these lights stay on, or are they all
No,
good?
I'll turn them all off when we get to the front two switches or master switches.
Has there been any people that come in like at night or hoodlums and stuff?
No, we locked the front door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a nice iron gate door. Back during World War II, they didn't have a door there, and they closed the park down because most of the men were all fighting the war.
Yeah?
And some people came down here and did steal some artifacts out. So
Oh,
we also have a couple saber-toothed tiger skulls. Those are stolen.
really?
Yes, sir.
There was saber-toothed tigers in this area?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
I don't know the time period for that, like when they existed, but we
they
have
were.
their remains here.
Wow.
All right, folks. So, as we head up out the stairs, just remember these bottom stairs are very slippery. There's a couple bats hanging from the ceiling, so we want to remember they're there as we go by. Then just take your time going up the stairs. When you hit the T at the top, we're going to take a left. If you'll wait for me at the wooden bench there, I'd appreciate it. But going ahead. This is the least fun part of the whole thing.
¿Qué viste? Ah.
So there's a mastodon tusk in there, but the last flood we had put a bunch of mud over it. So I kind of stopped talking about it because like you guys see all
Había un
this
mastodon
mud?
ahí.
There's cool stuff under it, I promise. So,
No.
yeah. It's there, we just can't see it right now.
¿Te quedas adelante? Ah, ¿Eh? ¿Dónde más? Ah, sí. Me quiero que despierten. Están dormidos. Sí. Me gusta esa parte. Me gusta esa parte. Bien bochornoso. Pues esto concluye nuestro tour de Cascade Cave. No concluye, a ver si nos dice algo más. A ver si dice algo más.
He thinks the bucket idea sounds like a better idea now.
¿Existe la plaza? Por eso viene para acá.
So where we just walked in and out of, that had to be, the original opening there was pretty small. Maybe a foot wide at best. So all that was kind of dynamited out of there so we could get down there easily. Where the dam is behind me, there's a creek that comes through here. So that creek would have fed straight to the entrance of that cave, and it would have gone the direction we just
creek.
went down into that lower cave system.
Creek.
No, we wouldn't be dead, no. There's not that much water behind it right now, which is good. If it broke, it would be a problem though during a major flood for sure. There'd be a lot of water going down there really fast. Everybody feel okay? Sweet. There's only 23 more stairs and we're done with the stairs.
23.
Sí.
¿Di algo?
¿Qué?
¿Di algo?
Ya concluye nuestro tour de... Ahora sí. ¿Sí?
I don't know.
De Cascade Cave. Ay, mis lentes.
¿Qué más quieres decir?
No, ya, estoy bien feo.